What do you do when you gotta pee in the middle of the night?
Let's talk about that. Good mythical morning.
Mythical beasts, a question is like a tent. Since you don't actually have your own tent, you gotta borrow one from your buddy, Benny. But your buddy, Benny, didn't tell you that he let his buddy, Brian, borrow some of his poles and stakes at Burning Man. So when you arrive at your campsite and attempt to assemble that question tent, you realize the tent won't stick to the ground without those stakes, and it won't lift up without those poles. But don't fret, mythical beast, because Link and I are camping geniuses, and if there's anything that we know a lot about, it's how to pitch a tent. We arrive with extra answer stakes and answer poles, and we stick the answer poles through your pole holes and hammer the answer stakes through your stake holes, and before you know it, your tent lifts up, and there you have it. One fully functional tent. Step inside, mythical beast. Your answer awaits you.
Part the door. Come and zip it up and then zip it.
Whoa.
We ask you to ask us questions about camping. Here we go with one of them from Emily Schmidt, who asks, what do I do when I have to pee in the middle of the night? I'm fond of camping, but I gotta say, I gotta go on the wreck here.
Go on it.
And say that my least favorite part of camping is having to pee in the middle of the night.
And it always happens.
It always happens.
Because you've been dehydrated during the day and you drank a lot of water.
I even say to myself, I'm not gonna drink like 2 hours before I get in that tent, and I still wake up in the middle of the night. And then it's cold, and you're like getting out of your warmness, and then you gotta put your shoes on, and you gotta step over kids or whoever happens to be in your tent. You don't even know, because it's dark.
Yeah.
And listen, one thing I want to get out of the way, don't use a bottle.
No,
man or woman, don't use a bottle, because there's too much risk involved. I mean, there's the aim issue, there's the capacity issue, which is going to give out first, my supply or the capacity of the bottle?
That's a great question.
And then the biggest risk of all, you might accidentally drink it later.
Right. So we have the ultimate solution. What you need is one of those plastic, like Target/Walmart bags. You know what I'm talking about. You need to throw a couple of ShamWows, I'm talking super absorbent material, in there. Yeah. And then in the middle of the night, you don't even have to get on your knees. You can just roll over.
No, I think you got to get on your knees.
Okay, get on your knees.
Yeah.
It's perfect because you got the two handles of the Target bag and you can just get it down there so however you want.
It's like a horse feeding from a feed bag.
You just wear it like a saddle, and then you just aim towards the ShamWow. There will be no noise. You would not believe how much that thing can absorb.
Yeah, because we haven't done it yet, but we believe that it will work.
And then
you try it first.
Nobody wakes up. Then you're done. Clean up just is tie it up and throw it out the tent.
Unzip the door first. Then throw it out the tent.
But you don't even technically have to unzip the door.
Madison Jade asks, or states, good mythical moms should do a DIY camping kit.
Well, Madison, it turns out they have.
It's time to get crafting and get camping.
Let's mom about that.
Good mythical moms.
Spring is here, and you know what that means. It's time to send those kids off to the great outdoors so you can have a weekend alone, not having to answer stupid questions like, why is my body changing so much?
Or why am I adopted? Listen, here's the deal about camping. It can be so expensive. And we bought one set of camping stuff, and I sent Cherish off to her musical theater camp with it. And then I remembered my middle child, that I have one, and also that he's got to go to his Outward Bound troubled teen adventure.
He does.
Tomorrow.
But don't panic, Linkita, because you've got everything that you need to make a cool camping kit in your house already, and we're gonna show you how to make something with it.
Priority number one is finding a tent. So I was looking around the house for a tent, and then I was struck with some inspiration. I thought, if that furry homeless gentleman from Sesame Street can live in a garbage can, so can my son.
Grooch.
Let's get this, look.
Oh.
Lift with your back, not your legs.
Okay.
Bam! Here we have the DIY Good Mythical Moms tent. And as you can see, I've put a door on the front right here, and it's got a zipper just like any other tent, but this is no regular tent. This is a hoodie. And listen, this is the same hoodie that he wore to his great aunt's funeral.
May she rest in pieces.
She did break up into pieces.
Yeah.
It was a horrible accident.
Real bad.
Closed
casket if I ever saw one.
But I tried to tell him that this is a gray hoodie. I mean, it's not even black. Who do you think you are? Just waltzing in here with a hoodie on. She's gonna remember you for all of eternity as being the boy who wore a hoodie to her funeral. It's disrespectful. It's warm, but it's disrespectful.
And of course, you gotta have more than just shelter. You gotta have a sleeping bag.
That's right.
Now,
Show
I'm
'em.
real proud of myself because all I did for this is I just got the bag that was in this trash can,
Beautiful.
and then I lined it with some t-shirts of my husband, some t-shirts that I've been questioning. There are 18 different shirts of ladies straddling motorcycles.
Really?
Yeah, and some of them are really, really inappropriate. But you know, it's perfectly okay to have those ladies in there because your boy doesn't understand women's bodies yet.
Oh, no, he doesn't.
He won't know what he's looking at. But you know what? He's gonna get thirsty.
I'm
And he's
thirsty
gonna
right
get-
now.
He's gonna get tired. 2-for-1 deal. Pillow and water supply.
So he's got to make a choice between is he thirsty or does he want comfort?
He can do both. Just can't overdrink.
What else is in here?
He's gonna get hungry. I found a bunch of stuff in the back of the freezer, stuff that we didn't want, like peas and carrots and
What
corn.
is that brown stick?
That's fish sticks.
Oh, what's the orange stick?
That's a popsicle.
Oh, let's go together.
Trail mix.
So what does he do? Thaw it out with his body heat?
Well, yeah, if he keeps it close to himself, it'll all turn into a nice, at least room temperature.
And if he puts it on the back, that's lumbar support.
I tell you, we have solved so many problems. Now let's just put it all back in there.
Put that in there too. All right, last but not least, you got yourself shelter, you got yourself nourishment, you got yourself comfort and heat, but how are you gonna get it there? Well, we've already taken care of that too, because this thing's got straps on it. I took my husband's guitar straps, because last time he fiddled with that thing was 1991.
He thinks he's so cool.
My husband?
Yeah.
Well, stay out of it. I love him.
Well, okay, I
Listen,
think
he
he looks
can play-
cool. I said he looks cool.
Well, do you know what? I can say whatever I want about him, but you can't. And how many times have you heard him play the guitar?
Can he riff?
No. And see, anyway, at this point, you're ready to send him off to camp. Put the arm through the strap. Put the other arm through the strap. And there you go. You're ready to go out.
That really accentuates your figure.
That's right.
Wow.
Take a photo shoot. Put me in the woods.
And look, oh, you know what? Added benefit. You got a little hood.
Oh, look at me. I'm gonna go to Outward Bound.
You look
I'ma
like
come
a
back.
superhero.
I'm gonna come back a changed boy. I'm gonna learn lots of things, especially when I look inside of my sleeping bag.
That's it, y'all. It's that easy. Now tune in next week where we show you how to turn your husband's foosball table into a self-cleaning litter box.
I could be in the sequel to The Revenant. It's wonderful to watch two moms who sincerely care for their kids.
Yes, it is.
It's heartwarming.
Next question from Flipper12012 who asks, how do you make a fire if you forgot your lighter/matches?
Well, we actually already did an entire episode on this, and if you haven't seen it, it went remarkably well.
What? Oh, gosh! What the crap?
Don't try that at home, kids. And now it's time for the mythical games.
We have been going head to head each week in a series of challenges to celebrate 75 years of M with our friends at M&M's.
Link has won 2 of these. I have won 1. And this week's game is called the Mutual Mustached Macho Monologues. Okay, as you can see for this game, we are connected via a mutual mustache.
And we're gonna be presented with topics that are typically not macho, and our task is to create the most macho monologue that each of us can.
And then our super macho judging panel will rate us on a scale of 1 to 75.
Okay, guys, you ready? I'm gonna give you your first topic.
Yes?
Okay.
It's tea parties, and Link, you start.
Hello, I'm Simon, and I'm very much an introvert. I like to spend my days with cattle and my nights on a recliner watching westerns and nodding off to sleep to dream about barbed wire. But nothing gets me out of my recliner like a good party. What kind of party, you ask? A tea party, 'cause think about it. Tea, I mean. It takes scalding hot water, so hot that you'd scald your own hand off if you touched it, and you pour it over foliage. Nothing's more manly than that. I mean, I bet Neanderthals invented it. Here I am at the party.
Wow.
Here, drink up, people.
You done?
I think that's obvious.
Okay, excellent. For this one, Rhett, you're gonna start, and your topic is pocketbooks.
Okay, I'm his brother. My name is Sammy. And I work in the high rises on the steel beams. Yeah, I'm familiar with pocketbooks. So they're smaller. I have a few of them. They're small enough to fit into my cargo pants. So I keep lots of books in the lots of the pockets that I have.
And these books are like journals, diaries, if you will. I know that's not typically a macho thing, but the subject matter of the pocket books that I have in my pockets is my personal exploits in things such as hammering. And then the second book is calluses, my calluses from hammering. And volume 3 is my calluses from hammering while calloused. You get a picture, calluses. It keeps going, never-ending cargo pants.
Okay.
Okay, the next topic is ponies.
Ooh.
And Link, you go first.
Hi, I'm still Simon. I'm a specialty in ponies, small horses. I became the world's greatest father by giving my daughter a pony one time. I told her it would grow up to be a unicorn, but it only grew a horn after it reached adulthood, at which point she would lose interest, and I never had to pay that one off. But one time I had to bend over and tie my shoe, and the pony kicked me in the face. And you know what I did when I finally got up off of that dirt? I walked up to the front of the pony, I huffed and puffed, and I said, I want to thank you, because you taught me a lesson. Never bend over and tie your tennis shoe at the back end of a pony.
Okay, your next topic is bubble baths. And Rhett, you're going first.
I enjoy bubble baths. I make my own, but you don't want to be around when I'm doing it. There's not a lot of suds. They just kind of whoop to the surface, and then people clear out, and I'm like, yeah, I'm doing a bubble bath. Leave me alone. I want to be private. One time you tried to get in, and I was like, oh, you don't want to get in this bubble bath. Why don't you just stay on the outside and
Just sit outside.
read the papers?
All right, well, let us confer for a moment, and we're going to come up with some macho scores for you guys.
Okay, all right.
You don't even have real scores.
Honestly, don't know what Link was talking about.
Okay, I think we're ready. Let's reveal their scores, their macho scores from 1 to 75. Link, we're giving you a 42 out of 75.
All right. Good job, brother.
Rhett, we're giving you a 43.
Hey!
All right, congratulations, Rhett/Sam. You are now crowned the monarch of macho-ness.
Yes, I am. Thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing.
You know what time it is.
I'm Rudy.
I'm Tim.
I'm Corey.
We're from Calgary, Alberta, Canada.
We've been out here camping in Peter Lougheed Provincial Park, and
It's time to spin the wheel of mythicality.
Thanks to M&M's for sponsoring this episode. You too can celebrate with M. Click the link in the description to join us as we celebrate 75 years of M&M.
And I also want to invite you to click the I to conveniently go to Good Mythical More when this is done, where we're going to have a weird taffy taste test. Weird saltwater taffy taste test and opening your mail. How does this end, Rhett?
Rhett uses Link as a hairdryer. All right, you know, I still got a couple of things. Let me just pump it up. Let me turn it on. Turn it on high. Oh, this hairdryer's been eating something with garlic in it. That's something I mixed. It was pink and brown.
That's what I don't know what that verb means, but I know what colors it makes.